Alrighty, chat. I have woken up. Well, what a weird way to start the stream. I have woken up. It is now Thursday. Sorry, it's Friday. We are a week on from Blade Show. And I don't feel sick, so I managed to avoid everything. Let's go! My voice is cleared up. I can talk now without my throat hurting. I feel fine. I can't wait to wake up tomorrow and just be absolutely destroyed by something that I got at the show. Anyways, chat. We're going to make a bet, okay? You and me. I'll say hi to everyone in just a second, but you see the title of the stream, you know, right below you. It's very clearly visible. Static Knives sent me an Icarus, parentheses, temporarily. We're going to make a bet about how many people come into this stream and say one of two things. Either A, how did you get an Icarus? Or 2, do you get to keep it? We're going to see how many people ask that question, okay? And then we're going to have a tally at the end. I'm just kidding. I'm not counting all that. But if one of you wants to count all that, that would be pretty cool. Anyways, hello, chat. What up, Pam, Cheesecake, Jarhu, Rempel, Anonymous, Chuckles, Null, Jarhu, Banks, Charlie, and I think that's everything. I do not live in Canada. I also... This is a pinprick, like the smallest of small cuts, and it is bleeding like I fucking got impaled. It's insane. How we all doing today? Welcome back to the stream. Today we have a few things on the agenda. First of all, we're gonna talk about the Icarus, because I have quite a few things to say about this bad boy. Next up, we're going to talk about the Bali community leaving? There seems to be a mass exodus off of Instagram to a different platform, and one that we are going to have possibly the exact same issue on. We'll get into that in a little bit. And then finally, some leftover stuff about Blade Show, and maybe, depending on how long we keep going, some Zelda or something. Who knows? But first on the docket, let's chat. Let's chat. What is going on in the community, in your life, that you want to talk about? Got an Omen recently. Nice. Do you have a Vero account, Ethan? I made a Vero account because I was concerned about like fakes. I was concerned about people in the Bali community impersonating Bali, since so many people are going over to it. I was concerned about someone making a fake Camaro E account and then causing havoc with it. So I made one. But you can't follow it. I hope you can't find it. I think I made it so that you can't find it. I literally only registered it so that no one could take the name. Because you never really know when I think there's going to be a lot of imposters over on Vero, or Vimo, or whatever the fuck you call it. And I just wanted to get my name in order. So that no one could pretend to be me and do weird shit. But other than that, I'm not moving to Vemo. What the fuck is it called again? Vero. I'm not moving to Vero. I'm staying on Instagram. As much as I hate Instagram, Vero is not going to be any better. We'll talk about all that later. What Bally should I get? My birthday's coming up. Get one that you think looks cool and that people say flips good. was gonna do that. My friend's already getting one. I have a budget of $100. You gonna go practice it behind the 8-ball? Nice. Good luck. Yeah, Vero looks weird. Again, we will talk about all of that later. I've done a little bit of digging. We're gonna have the same issue on Vero eventually. Have a good night. You too. Have a good practice session. Okay. So, the Icarus. If you don't know, this is the Static Knives Icarus, and this is a Balisong that has been, it's been around for quite a bit now. Static Knives, who I have a history with, he is the one who modded my Squid Trainer way back in the day to have bushings. But Static is a Bally modder slash maker, most known, I believe, for his rep builds and some of his modding, including my Squid Trainer. I don't think he posted my Squid Trainer, so I'm not going to be able to show you that. But he's also known for doing like rep builds and really good April Fool's jokes, stuff like that. And I became aware of him through this post right here a long time ago, right in the beginning of me on Instagram, actually, because I joined Instagram in December of 2021 on Balisongs. I became aware of him through this when he got cloned. The one took his design straight up, as you can clearly see, and the community basically rallied around him and said, hey, let's not support that. And I've never seen a review. I've never seen anyone own this thing. It's a really great thing. The one time that the Balisong community actually came together to support like the original maker, even if they couldn't afford the product, or in this case, the product wasn't out yet. But ever since then, he has been making the Icarus. And ever since I became aware of the Icarus, I have been very extraordinarily excited about it. Because, I mean, just look at it. It's an incredibly unique Balisong. This is one of the first times we've seen, like, the angled handles. And it's just, like, it has this really nice slender design. I've always really liked it. And then he decided to make it sandwich, and it just kept going from there. I was like, well, shit, make me like it even more. But I never had the ability to try one. It's always been above my price range. They go for about like 300, I think. And only very recently was I willing to spend 300 on a Balisong because I had my Nemesis. So I'll see you later, Cheesecake. But yeah, this thing, excuse me, I tried one at Blade Show, sent him my feedback on it, and he said, yo, I'm coming out with a channel version, because this was initially supposed to be channel, and I actually flipped this exact knife at Blade Show. It's supposed to be channel. I'm making a channel one. I'll send it to you so you can do like blade bias videos on it. And I was like, ayo, so now I get to try a Icarus, and I'm pleased to say this might be one of my favorite aluminum knives I've flipped in a long time. Should I curb stomp a rubber chicken? Lovingly tend to a potentially fake chicken, but it does move around and make noises, but I'm not sure if it's really alive. Curb stomp a rubber chicken. That just sounds more fun to me, honestly. So, what makes me like it so much is the fact that it's like my Nemesis. It has like a pretty good rear bias to it. Pretty good ass weight to it. But not so much that it's noticeable. Like, it carries momentum amazingly and does handle bias tricks really good, rollovers, chaplains, etc. But it still feels relatively neutral because there's no crazy hotspots in the weight. And it just, like, I think it looks great. I think it sounds great. Like, the ring. It's got a ring and a good buzz to it. The handles are a little thick, and the end of the handles are relatively annoying to do things like choker fans. But honestly, as someone who likes stuff like the edit, I don't really care that much. And the end of the handles look too cool for me to really care. So this is all around just kind of a W. It's got the Fellowship Medusa screws. They're not actually the Medusa screws, but they were popularized by the Medusa. Yeah, this is going straight on my buy list, and I'm honestly really disappointed that I have to send it back. Is a Prisma V1 ring? Yes. I'm at the peak of my sickness, Ethan. I have a strong fever now, shivering, and no appetite. So... Oh, Brandon, I'm so sorry. Although this is kind of the opposite of last year, because Ty and I got sick, and all of you guys didn't, so... I think I'm fine. I actually feel better. Like, my voice feels better. I don't have a weird thing. My throat hurt when I talked. Not feeling that. Have you COVID tested, Brandon? Because I know I saw like 2 people at Blade Show got COVID, but I don't think it went around as bad as it did last year. Last year it was knocking everyone out. Wasn't Icarus the story of a person who tried to fly with wax? Yeah, the wax wings. He flew too close to the sun. I don't think they were actually wax wings. I think they were some sort of flammable material that wasn't wax, but... Yeah, I'm actually surprised it didn't really get anything. General Con Crud. And it's that bad? Oh, I'm sorry, dude. You better get better, Brandon. Because... that sounds so insensitive. No, you just get better, bro. Get some sleep, drink plenty of water. Feel better. Be insensitive, I dare you. I was just gonna say, get better so that we can stream together. Because I'm trying to think up some ways that we can make Tears of the Kingdom like co-op in some way. I'm trying to think it up. We can do streams where it's like we have to race to build a thing that can do this, or like get from this area of the map to this area of the map like as quick as possible, or first person to get this thing up to the Sky Island wins. Like, you know, we could do that. It would be so good. And then it could either be like a co-op stream where we're both streaming, or I could set up a like a scene of some sort that shows both of our sides. You play on Switch? I'm not exactly sure how else I would be playing Zelda other way on this other than on the Switch, unless we're talking emulators, but I am a legal... I play games above board. What... Ted, what did you say up here? I remember I saw you said something up here. Fuck. Oh, what EX model? We tried the EX10. I'm fairly sure we tried an EX10 trainer. And I didn't like it. I thought it was kind of eh. I literally said to Ty, I was like, this is the Balisong that people are like losing their minds over? Limit the items we're allowed? Ooh, there we go. Gotta go, my friend wants to play Clash Royale. Hey, if you want to out yourself as a Clash Royale player, that's okay. What's the difference of the EX10 versus 11? I really couldn't tell you. I would assume it's the iPhone 10 versus the iPhone 11, a generational upgrade. But I'm not sure. We should have someone pick what items we can use and not tell us until we're ready to go. It would take me a while to get all the stuff that we would potentially be able to use, but I think eventually it would be an awesome idea. EX11 trainer might be the best titanium trainer I've tried. I don't think it's going to be my thing if the EX10 is anything to go off of, but if you want to throw it in the package, feel free. It is also, if I remember correctly, like a $900 knife, and I think just by principle, I can't really care too much about a knife that I would never buy. But yeah, $450. Okay, that's better at least. Content is still content. Fair enough, brother. Hell, brother. Hail, brother. I really should have a different Bally at my desk to flip. That one isn't a live blade, and two isn't a Balisong that I need to send back to the owner. Where'd the Kuno go, actually? Did I put the Kuno back in its case? Nope. I have no idea. I have no idea where the Kuno is right now. Were you live on Daisuko's channel with Ty before Blade Show? No. Why would I have been live on Daisuko's channel with Ty before Blade Show? Okay, but next up on the docket, I guess since that's all we really have to say about the Icarus, next up on the docket, most people in the Balisong community seem to be fed up with Instagram. And like, I get it. Instagram's kind of screwing us over. But in their fight against the Matrix, I guess, if we want to turn this into one of those, they've turned to this new app called Vero, which is claiming to be an algorithm and ad-free social media, which from a business perspective makes absolutely no sense, because one, you're not bringing in any revenue, and two, you're not like keeping people on your app, which also doesn't bring in any revenue. But a lot of people are switching to it because of their claims like, oh, if you're an early adopter, you'll be able to get an account for free before we launch our subscription model. And that sets off some alarm bells for two reasons. Because one, this app has been around since 2021. So what early adopters are we looking at? I think they would have launched by now if this was actually something that was actually going to work. And two, if it's going to turn to a subscription model in the future, which it has to because they don't use advertising, according to their own claims, ad-free and algorithm-free, This is going to be the worst decision that the Balisong community will ever make. Because yes, Instagram is bad for us. I can't deny that. They block things, they turn stuff off, they whatever. But you know what Instagram does have? Millions and millions of real users and memes and content and everything under the sun that you could possibly want to know or have. Because you know what? This reel with 15.3 thousand views, I guarantee you all of those are not belly flippers. Guarantee it. Absolutely guarantee it. 10.2K, 15.3K, 11.4K, 12.9K. Those aren't Balisong flippers. That's called the wider Instagram audience, because Instagram has a huge following. Massive following. So you know what? Why would we be shooting ourselves in the foot by going to a social media that not only doesn't care about growth, because the algorithm is something that needs to be in a social media. I'm sorry. You need it to keep people engaged in your site, or else they're not going to use it. And also not advertise, because how are you going to make money? So not only are we looking at a new social media platform that has no outside growth for the Bali community, we're also looking at something that's gonna die as soon as they actually start like charging people to use it. Because let me just make sure, like, let me just find it, because I have seen it. That they will, like, if you get in early, if you make an account, you don't get charged. But I want to be able to see if I can find it. It says it somewhere. It's not really worth doing anything. But I did some digging into this wonderful thing called the Terms of Use in the Community Guidelines. And it turns out that Instagram and this has basically the same wording, although in different ways. So right here you can see Vero prohibits the purchase, sale, gifting, exchange, or transfer of firearms, including firearm parts or ammunition. Now you might be thinking, Ethan, we do Balisongs, not firearms. But here's the thing. Their reasoning for not doing firearms is because these items are not regulated everywhere. Because of the borderless nature of our community, we try to enforce our policies as consistently as possible. In other words, legal in some areas, illegal in other areas, not good on Vero. And because of another clause in their terms of use that states that they can change their terms of service whenever they want. I mean, that's social media 101. Once the Balisong community gets big enough, they're gonna pretty quickly freaking realize that we are also in the same boat. Not legal everywhere. And therefore, they're gonna block us just as they have firearms. Because it's just like, it just makes sense. We are also a community that's illegal in some places, legal in some places. So they have to do what is right for their platform, and that's to apply the rules equally to everyone, which for us means prohibiting the sale of firearms and Balisongs or anything else that is not like consistently regulated. Now, is this just my like tinfoil hat conspiracy thing? Yes. I'm not saying that will happen. I'm just saying that I think it is probably pretty likely for that to happen. But we can also take a look at Instagram, because Instagram, I don't think is blocking as much as we really think they are, because for following content, we restrict visibility to adults 18 years of older. Bladed weapons. So they do block it, but at least if you're over the age of 18, which my account is, they're not blocking anything. Or at least they shouldn't be. I know in practice they're actually blocking a lot more than that, but either way, I think this is, if it's a problem on Instagram, I think it's going to be an even bigger problem on Vero eventually. And then there's also, you know, can't post someone else's private or confidential information. This has nothing to do with the conversation. I just think it's funny that it's specifically in the terms of service that you can't do it, and the Bally community still thinks it's good to dox people, so. But yeah, everyone's moving to Vero. I think that we're going to shoot ourselves in the foot by doing that. We need to move to something else. Reddit is an option, or some other big social media that isn't as strict on rules. Because, like, I'm all for leaving Instagram, but we have to leave Instagram for the right place, you know? What up, Zen? How you doing? Private individuals, if it's a public thing, which makes it worse. Yeah. Why not Reddit? I think it's just because Reddit isn't so much of a personal thing. Instagram has a lot of personal... You can be a personality on Instagram. You can post stories, post videos, express your opinions pretty easily without making like giant posts and all that. But on Reddit, you can't really do that. The most personality you can have is just like, oh, you post and people recognize like your name or like leaving a comment or something. So like Instagram is definitely the best that we have currently, especially considering the wider audience of Instagram. But who knows? Super cool hanging with Blade. You as well. You as well. You were super cool to talk to. Isn't Reddit about to go downhill? I mean, there's a whole thing on Reddit right now, which I am not a huge fan of. But TikTok though? No, no, TikTok is worse than Instagram. TikTok has worse guidelines than Instagram for Balisongs. At least on Balisongs, like the problem with the Bally community on Instagram is that you can't sell Balisongs because it specifically says that they will restrict it to 18 years or older if you sell bladed weapons. If you're just like a normal person posting normal shit, you should be fine. I've never had an issue on Instagram. Knock on wood, obviously. But it's selling that's the problem. So if you want to move to Vero, I think the only thing that works is getting enough of the Bally community to move to Vero to make sales happen over there, and then keep everything else on Instagram. But then again, you can also do the same thing in Discord or Reddit. So I'm not exactly sure about this whole let's migrate to this like brand new platform that no one knows basically anything about. Think that having double Vero and Insta is the best play. Yeah, but then why not just have Discord or Reddit at that point? Like if you're just gonna go to Vero for secondary sales, why not just go to like a Discord server where there's already 5,000 people, like the Bally community Discord? As much as I fucking hate that server. Machine Wise was recently fighting Instagram and he won. So like, as much as I hate to say that the Instagram like exodus is fear-mongering, I think it's a little bit of fear-mongering. I think there's certainly some cases where it's absolutely valid, just like over on YouTube. Like YouTube takes down Bally content for stupid reasons all the time. But like by and large, Instagram is fine. Instagram is fine, especially if you're complaining about the algorithm. Oh, no one views my post because the algorithm doesn't recommend me. What do you think Vero's gonna do for you then? There's no algorithm. So if you, like, at least now you're getting, like, Like let's look over here. I have 1,800 followers, and a majority of my followers are watching this content. But like, this is more than my followers, 2,250. So that means more people have watched this than currently follow me. That's never gonna happen on an app like Vero. There's no algorithm to serve my content to anyone. So how am I gonna get more than at most 1,871 views? I don't get it. I'm just not understanding the logic behind moving to Vero. I think any way you look at it is a bad idea. Whether it's the overall usability of the app, the sales nature of it, why not just use something else? I don't know. And actually, on that note, speaking of the Bali community Discord, I did something today that I said I would never do because I was just bored. I looked up my name in the Bali community Discord. Not like my profile, just like my name, to see what people... like have been saying about me in there. And I figured it would be a lot worse than it was. It was actually pretty good. But there was this one guy who was actually a mod of the whole server who said... Camaro EE used to be in the server, but he left because he got butthurt about his skill advancement sub in this server. My brother in Christ, let's just like... This was posted 5/22/2023, mind you. Wait, what? Why is it not letting me search? Why is it not letting me search for users? Hello? Discord? What the fuck? Is it because I have streamer mode on? Oh, it might actually be because I have streamer mode on. There we go. Okay. Let's just like fact check this really quick. From user Camaro EE. Again, posted on the 22nd. What? There we go. Oh, interesting. I have no message history before the 28th. And I mean, the guy that I replied to apologized. Like, I said, hey, this isn't true. And he was like, oh, my bad. I got you mixed up with someone else. But the reason that I bring this up is because I want to set the record straight. I don't give a shit what you think about my flipping. I don't give a shit if your little circle jerk judges didn't give me advanced. I would have never even applied in the first place. Because I've openly criticized that format of running a server so much in the past. I certainly would not go on a rant and baby rage if I didn't get advanced in your server. I don't even believe I am advanced. Have you seen my flipping? So, like, that was really funny. But yeah. I just bring that up because that's like I'm not trying to shame the mod that said that. Like I said, he apologized because he got me mixed up with someone else. I'm saying that as a public service announcement. Who fucking cares what people think about your flipping? Just flip and enjoy it. Like, who fucking cares? I certainly don't. But to the Balisong community's credit, looking up my name in the search bar didn't really actually yield that bad results. At what point do you become intermediate or advanced? I've looked through the judges and what they're judging and what they're rating people. I couldn't even tell you. I really couldn't even tell you what they're basing it on. Um, I don't know. This is why I don't have. Once you actually establish a flow, you're considered intermediate. Again, I've looked through all of their, not all of their, I've looked through a bunch of their judges, and seen what they're rating people, and I don't even think that statement is true. You're mid-inter? Again, I don't fucking care what you think of my flipping. I don't care to rate myself. I don't care for you to rate me. I'm just gonna keep flipping and doing what I'm doing. Nothing against you, Banks. It's just like... But I think it was just really funny to be called out that hard in a server that I had never joined in my life. People seem to prefer more neutral knives as they progress. What advantage does it truly have? So the thing that has, or the thing with that is that handle bias is like, I say objectively, but I don't really mean objectively. Handle bias just really helps with a lot of beginner tricks. If you have a more handle bias knife, it's going to help you do rollovers better. It's going to help you chaplain better. There's just a lot of stuff it's going to help you do better. And that's why most beginners prefer handle bias, because it makes all of that, it makes all those beginner tricks much easier. And then as they become used to those tricks, they try, like, neutral just kind of becomes like a preference. Some people stay with handle bias, some people go neutral, some people go neutral. Few people go to like a blade bias kind of area, but for the most part after that it's preference. But most people just go to neutral because it can just do most things. Like, you get to a point where you can do pretty much every trick on most balances, and it's like, okay, neutral can fan really good, it can still roll over really good, it can still chaplain really good. It's just kind of like an all-around pretty good. So yeah, long-winded answer. Started 3 months ago. I have a glider in Arc 2. Is that handle bias? Yes. If the Antarctic 2 is anything like the Arctic 2, then yes, they added a fair amount of handle bias to it. Oh, I'm getting distracted. I don't get why a lot of new products skip jimping entirely. Probably because if it's titanium, the material itself is grippy enough in most cases. I mean, just look at the Nemesis. Like, the Nemesis has like the worst jimping I've ever seen in my life, but I don't really have trouble with grip down there because it's titanium. Titanium's a fairly grippy material in general. Do they say much about the Squiddy AL? What do you mean? What do you mean? How much it costs? They said it's going to sit between the Mako and the Squiddy AL, so that would put it somewhere between $75 and $100. Solo's popular for a reason, I feel like, Banks. I don't really get it. It's a little too heavy for me, but if you're someone who's into slightly heavier Balisongs, because I think it comes in at like... What does a Solo weigh in at? 1 point... Not 1. 4.6, I want to say. It's on the higher end of 4, I know. 4.3? Really? Felt way heavier than me. Later, Pam. Felt way heavier to me than 4.3. What's the Icarus? Ow. Fuck. This thing is so weird because it's like sharp but not sharp at the same time. This is the Icarus. It's pretty cool. TI Gion, his jimping. EX11 trainer's 4.7 ounces. Okay, yeah, I can already tell you I'm not going to like it then. Handle gap. It's got a pretty sizable handle gap on it. Nothing too bad, though. Feels pretty normal. Anybody know how much the Madco was at Blade Show? They started $385. $385 starting. $3.5 to $4 your preference? No, my general flippable Bally range now is 2.5 to 4.5. Anything in there, anything in there, I'm probably not going to complain about weight-wise. Just as like a rule of thumb. $4 to 4.25 is the best way possible. I would go a little... Oh my gosh. I'm going to need to go get a Band-Aid, I think. I'd go a little lower than that. I'd say like 3.9 to like 4.3. I think is perfect. But at the end of the day, weight is all just preference. Yeah, look at that. That's... That's not fun. I'm gonna go just slap a Band-Aid on this so I don't have to worry about bleeding all over my desk. I'll be right back, chat. All right. He's dying. No, I'm not dying. Does anyone know how much Brandon's socks costed? Brandon, your socks costed like $50, I think. What up, Steamy? How you doing? Yeah, the Nautilus is fairly quiet. I have my qualms with the Nautilus, but it's a fairly quiet belly. As long as you don't get ones with blade rub and tap, then it starts like clinking and clanging, and then it gets really loud, and then it's like, oh, well, that kind of sucks. I would love an all orange squiddy aluminum. Will spotted. Will undercover. Excuse me. Will spotted. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do anos on the Squiddy AL. The polished finish that they had at Blade Show was actually quite nice. Tap is only loud when you shake it. If the tap is too bad and the blade is rubbing, then every time the blade goes into the channels, you'll hear it scraping. Did it on the Swordfish, so I don't see why not in the AL. Let me just compare a Balisong that's twice the price. Oh, they did it on the Balisong that cost twice the price, so why not do it on the budget friendly? I mean, maybe, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them just do like a stone wall, maybe even just the polish that they had. Is Squiddy AL not all aluminum? It is, but it also is half the price, theoretically, of the Swordfish. Opinions on the Edit Light. The Edit Light is my favorite plastic Bally. My favorite. Doesn't mean it's going to be your favorite, but it's my favorite plastic Bally. I like it a lot. Has a nice balance to it. It's durable enough. It's not going to win any awards for concrete drops, but it's durable enough, you know. Ghost is the best plastic Bally. That brings up an interesting point of discussion. Would you call the G10 plastic? Because I personally wouldn't. I wouldn't call it a plastic Bally because G10 is technically fiberglass. It's a plastic adjacent Bally, but the fact that it is made out of G10 entirely and also doesn't have, or is like 3.5 ounces, so it's like in the realm of a metal Bally. I wouldn't really call it a metal Bally, but I wouldn't exactly call it a plastic Bally either. Although that's just semantics. You can call it whatever you want, I guess. Favorite Squiddy face? Favorite Squiddy face? Probably the Squiddy AL. Squiddy AL is just a little guy. I have the Tonto edit. I do think the Crescent Blade is just way better than the Tonto. Not to say that the Tonto is the worst thing in the world. I don't think it is. But you get a chance to try Pyro's Bionic? I did. I don't care for it. It's not bad, but I also, like, I wouldn't call it bad, but I also wouldn't call it good. The balance was a little bit weird. It was kind of uncomfortable. It was poorly machined. Which you could chalk up to Pyro having an early unit, maybe, but in any world, I would recommend that someone save $10 and buy literally most other things that you could have gotten on Amazon beforehand. Like, you want a Bionic? My honest recommendation to you would be to save $10 and just get like a Marbles or something. Bionic is Balisong Flipping, the YouTuber's new Balisong. He got rid of his Polaris, which I flipped a Polaris as well. The Polaris isn't bad. I can't even lie to you. I didn't mind the Polaris. I think it was a bit overpriced. I definitely don't think it was a $200 Balisong, but it flipped okay. It was pretty well machined and all that stuff. It was pretty comfortable. And then the Bionic was none of those. So, but to all the people, I see you, Horse. The side of the handles, they just feel like a sandwich Bally. It just flips like a sandwich Bally. The Polaris, if it was at like 120 competing with like the Arctic, would be a pretty solid deal. But at 180, it's just like, it's not good. It's good, but it's not good for the price. Let's just say that. You could get, again, it's the same situation. It's like, I would just buy like a squid trainer and you could get like just a way better experience overall. But it doesn't even matter because he discontinued it for this bad boy. Although I'm not going to be able to show much of it to you because this guy doesn't know how to crop images on his website. This is the Bionic OSI oh, it's $90 actually. A $90 Balisong with G10 inlays. And it is uncomfortable is the best way I could describe it. The corners are sharp. Fans on it feel kind of weird. It just felt kind of awkward. Not to say I hate it. I think it certainly, like, isn't the worst thing in the world. But when we're considering that this is 90 bucks, you could pay $10 more to just get, like, an Orion or something. Or you could pay $20 less and get, like, a Marbles or even a Vulp. It's like, that's kind of a no-brainer. That he did this, he obviously made this to beat all the Amazon Balisongs, and I think he put himself firmly in close to last place with it. So, at least in my personal list. No one had a glow mod, though. I was ridiculously disappointed by that. I would have loved to make a video about the glow mod. What up, Mina? Pyro seems to love it. Pyro loves it, yes. But I think that's also because Pyro doesn't really like any of the other Amazon Ballis. My problems with the Bionic stem from the fact that you can spend less money and get a better experience. What does my story say? It's blocked for me. My story is just reposting this. It's just a repost of Fellowship's Empusa drop announcement. Is it blocked for you because you're under 18? That could be. My Empusa looks so cool. I agree. My Empusa looks fucking amazing. Anyone who's under 18 probably isn't able to see my story, which is Instagram things, but you know, at least I didn't take down the post. If the Squiddy B is too light for me, do I get an edit or an edit light? You get an edit because the edit light is the same weight as the Squiddy B. Squiddy B 2.6 ounces, edit light 2.65 ounces, full edit 3.0 ounces. So I think that answers your question pretty easily. For a long time, the Squiddy B was the heaviest plastic Balisong. Most of the plastic Balisongs that you could buy hovered around like 2.3, 2.4 with like the Tay Flipper and the Cycloid. Some of Zippy's products even dipped below 2 ounces. So if the Squiddy B is too light for you, then maybe plastic in general isn't for you because it's heavier than most plastic Ballies. Can't believe the Ghost is 4 ounces. I can't either because it's not. It's technically 3.5. If you have a Tsunami, would you anno it? Oh, absolutely. I've already spent $750 on a Balisong. Why not spend another $50 to get it anode? Especially something like a Tsunami, which I'm probably not going to beat. What is the Ghost? What is the Ghost? Ham told me it was 4.9. Pretty sure his Instagram states the opposite. You could be right. I mean, if you heard it from Ham himself, then I have no reason to doubt you. But I distinctly remember seeing 3.5 somewhere. Yeah, right here. 3.6. So I wasn't right either, but... This is the Ghost. It's an all G10 Balisong from Jerry Ham. What's Solar's pricing? Solar has pricing directly on his profile. But I can tell you that it's the cheapest that I am aware of, and he also has the fastest return time. Obviously, your mileage may vary on return time, but he had my Nemesis back to me within like 4 days, I want to say. Didn't realize it was called the Ghost. It's technically called the G10 ST. G10 ST, but I think most people are calling it the Ghost because that like name kind of sucks. He said 3.9 to me. Well, then something's up there because this post was 1 day ago and he said 3.6 here, so he must have just misspoke. Does he bring up weight here? No. Yeah, it spells out Ghost. It's a little clever. Is it pins or is the screws just microscopic? The screws are just microscopic. There's very clearly an indent there. Where is the upcoming Blade Show? The next Blade Show is in October, I believe, and it's West, right? Texas takes place at the beginning of the year. West takes place at the end of the year after East. When did you start streaming? Exactly 1 hour ago, actually. Yeah, this thing sounds terrible. The clack is awful, but otherwise it flipped pretty well. I preferred how it flipped to something like the Bionic, especially. You West Coast? Nope. No, I am not. I'm on the opposite side of the country. What do people think be the next knives to get a new version from Squid? What even needs a new version from Squid? Because let's be honest, if we look at Squid's lineup right now, most of their stuff is pretty banging. Triton and regular Mako could use upgrades, but then the Madco happened. TI Squid Trainer. I don't know about that. Mako and Triton may need bushings to keep up. I disagree because it would skyrocket the price of them to the point that they wouldn't even be worth buying anymore. Unfortunately, this is Squid's game and we have to play by Squid's rules. If they add bushings to the Mako and Triton, it'll put them up to the price of like the Squid Trainer, and the Squid Trainer just knocks the shit out of both of them easily, so I think the Nautilus could use a revision, but I don't think they're going to change it enough to actually warrant revising it. Mako Hardened Blade, then it just puts it in direct competition with the Triton. Unfortunately, any of the things that Squid could do to improve their lineup will only make it so that they compete with themselves. I was talking to Squid, they said it would be 170. See, yeah, it's just not worth it. Squid Trainer got extra bushings without extra cost. Yeah, because they increased the price before. The Squid Trainer used to cost like 150. Now it's 170. So they raised the price beforehand and then just said, oh, you're getting bushings with no extra cost. Kind of like how Glider did it. Glider raised the price of the Arctic by 10 bucks and then added the free new packaging when it was really just like the $10 upcharge that allowed them to do that. What could be changed on the knot, you think? That's the problem. I'm not exactly sure what they could change on the knot to make it better. Because they can't, like, the obvious things that stick out are like Zen pins, which aren't possible on the design. Better jimping. That's a good one, Horse. Better jimping, I think, could definitely be the case. I would like to see carbon fiber come back. They had carbon fiber at Blade Show, but, like, where's the carbon fiber Nautilus V2? Never mind, it's right there. Okay, I don't know. I don't really know what they could do with the Nautilus. 200 bucks for a used knot, or a blemished knot. Not the worst. Zen pins are just sort of better. Yeah, they're also not possible on the Nautilus because it has thinner handles than usual and they'd crack. Pyro! Best friend Pyro! Did you see you were in a Will Hirsch short? Extending the jimping onto the G10. That's what they need to do. Because right now the G10 is too far, or the jimping is too far behind the G10 for you to even notice it. But other than that, I mean, the Kraken is obviously the next thing that's going to get an iteration because we're getting the Weehawk blade eventually, hopefully, fingers crossed. But besides that, I don't really know what Squid could do to their lineup. You harden the blade on the Mako, then why would you buy the Triton? You put bushings in the Triton, then why would you buy it over the Squid Trainer? Because it would be like... It just, every option cannibalizes their own lineup. I think the Swordfish is fairly good. I would like to see them, like, actually hit us with the prototypes balance like they seem to have been, but 175 for a Swordfish, huh? I really wish I knew how I felt about the Swordfish. I really wish, Pyro, that we got to try the Swordfishes right next to each other. You like the Swordfish now? I like the Swordfish now too. But I have yet to, like, to know why I like it now. The only reason I would buy a Swordfish is because I fucking love Squid's teal. And this teal and silver one looks so good. Either this teal and silver one, or this black and teal one. Teal blade, red handle, silver hardware. For 150? Wait, that's actually such a hype color combo. Teal blade, red handle, silver hardware? That's such a hype color combo. For 150. Oh, also they changed this. It doesn't have the red slash through it anymore, so you can actually tell what's sold out and what isn't. Good job, Squid. Do I buy a Swordfish? Ain't no way I buy a Swordfish. Yeah, no, I can't buy a Swordfish. I want a Slift T. I gotta keep my eyes focused on the Slift T. Kind of want to try a Squiddy with Teflon washers. In theory, it should improve tolerances, and maybe, yeah, I don't know. Black blade, teal handle. You have a P.O. box? I do not have a P.O. box, no. If you want to send me something, you can shoot me a DM, but chances are if you're trying to send me, like, oh, I want to send you a Balisong, I usually don't accept people sending me their Balisongs to make videos about. Except for a few odd cases with people that, like, we mutually trust each other, like Ted and Chat. You send me the money and I buy a Swordfish. Do you want to co-parent a Swordfish? We each pay half and then we each get it for like a month. That'd be so fucking funny. Flip a coin. Flip a coin for what? Do you think the Nami trainer will be on the website? It's supposed to be. They said it was going to multiple times. Still haven't seen it yet, so I don't know. And do you think Squid will ever put the Madco online? I am so interested to see how long it takes them to put the Madco in full production. Because I think the goal is to have it so that it like is on the website. But to decide if you buy one, no. I want a Slift T. Slift T is my next purchase. I'm eyes focused on the Slift T. If I buy a Swordfish, that puts me way behind buying a Slift T. I got to get my money up so that I can buy a Slift T when he does really cool annos on them. Because the annos that he has on his website right now, I think are just leftovers from Blade. It's just like the Cobalt with the teal in it. Which, it looks way better in this picture than it did at Blade Show. Like, this blue distress it has, I don't remember seeing that in person at Blade Show, so. Black Prisma V2, though. Also, I would buy a Prisma V2 long before I ever bought a Swordfish, considering they're the same price. Can we do Jackbox with the pack? Not tonight. Jackbox with the chat, I mean, not tonight. I'm glad he has a photographer now. I am too, but I'm hoping to see, like, actual product photos. Like this. Like, I want to see the different variations that you have. I want to see, like, the squid products. So, like, you know, you can see it open, closed, at multiple angles. Like, I would like to see him do that eventually, instead of just, hey, here's it closed. They're a good step. I agree with you. Yes, yes. I want my next purchase to be a Medusa trainer, but that would involve having to sell my Arctic and Calico. Given my new opinions on the Arctic V2, I think that's absolutely worth it, Jarhu, honestly. As much as I love the Calico, and I do really love the Calico, I think that's kind of worth it. Calico? Pyro, you good? I didn't think you liked the Calico that much. Friend Pyro, do you own a Calico? My favorite plastic Bally? I mean, I knew it was your favorite plastic Bally. I just thought, like... I thought you reserved the drooling for, like... things that you really, really love. I didn't know you really, really loved the Calico. That's kind of hype. We gotta get you a Calico, bro. Surprised the Prisma V2 is in stock right now. To be fair, this week is going to be very hard for Bally people, or Bally makers, to sell stuff because everyone just blew all of their spending money at Blade Show. All the people who wanted to sell stuff, not anymore. Or who wanted to buy stuff, don't anymore. Do you mind showing off the Bally? Gotta be a bit more specific than that, brother. The Icarus? You can show off the Icarus. Trust me, it's way more vibrant in real life. It's actually like bright blue and pink in real life. I don't like Icarus, to be honest. That's okay. Not everyone has to like all the same Ballies. I also think the channel version flips a little differently than the one at Blade Show did. If you tried the sandwich one, Pyro, this is the channel version. I think it does feel better. Trans Icarus? It's not pastel enough. Later, Ty. How does the flipping feel? It's like my nemesis, but there's no hot spots at the end of the handle. It's really good. The ends of the handles are wacky, but I like how they look, so I'm willing to excuse it. It's the one time I'm willing to give function a pass because it looks good to me. I need an Oak Forge Mega Bally. Oh no, Pyro. I feel like you're gonna fuck yourself up with one of those. You know what I need to do? Because I have like the flags, the pride flags, as my Tay Flipper collection. I need to find an OG white Tay Flipper blade so I can have like a true trans. I can have like a true trans Tay Flipper, and then I have the Ace Tay Flipper, and then I have no idea what orange, blue, and white is, but I'm sure it's a pride flag somewhere. Either flipping Todd's new one. I have no doubt you can flip one really well, but like, you're gonna fuck yourself up eventually. Portal Pride. That's a good one. You support Pride? 3 question marks. There's no good way that you can continue that statement. So I'm just gonna tell you for your own benefit to just stop there. Okay? Good? Good. Is the Icarus TI? No, it's aluminum. You mess up, it's not going to be just a paper cut. Dude, I've seen too many videos of people fucking themselves up with the mega songs. How do I show this to chat? You support the pursuit of happiness? Damn, look at this dude go. This was the aluminum, right, Pyro? Later, tomorrow.
Or you can huff it too, either one. Butterscotch. Or you can do a lunch. Take a look, it's in Atlanta. So that's a special batch.
I mean, yeah, you're kind of crushing it.
You know, guy who makes the Celestos for us, kind of a special batch that he made.
Or just whip roll over the thing. I wanted to flip one of those, but it was just like I was kind of scared. I was just kind of scared. It's not common in the community at I wouldn't say it's not common in the community. That thing is what non-Bally flippers see as the Medusa. Actually true. Stream do the die? No, I'm still here. I'm still here. Blood was drawn on the Mega Bally's blade. Oh, I am positive that there was. I am positive because people really want to flip those and prove that they're cool, and then they hurt themselves, and it's like, well, how's feeling cool there now, bud? Yeah, anyone, if you guys could just, anyone who's having issues, just tell them to refresh because they probably can't hear me, but Later, Shameful. Have a good one. Yeah, there are no issues on my end, so if you're having trouble, just refresh. No drop frames, 60 FPS, 1%. CPU usage, 4,000 kilobits per second. We are looking good over here. Control center looking good. Houston, we have a problem. Just click the refresh button. It's you though, Ethan. I was lagging too. Probably a YouTube problem then, because again, like if I was having issues, there's this really funny thing down here that you see this down here. It says dropped frames. That would say like many dropped frames if I was lagging. So I'm gonna go ahead and blame YouTube on that one. Do you get annoyed during doing pocket dumps? No, I don't actually. I don't get too many pocket dumps, but just know that if you pocket dump me and I don't respond, it's either A, because I already did one that day and I don't usually do 2 in one day, or B, I'm just busy and forgot. So I'm fine doing pocket dumps, but most of the time I don't really have anything to dump, you know? I also don't, I mean, it depends on the day, but I don't continue the chain. So if you're only gonna nominate me and you want me to continue the chain, most likely it's not gonna happen. I just show people what I'm carrying. One thing I don't get, I'm gonna regret saying this immediately, but one thing I really don't get is bally dares. Because most of the time, the people that bally dare me are just like, hey, do this thing that it would take you a week to learn. That you physically can't do because you're just not at that skill level yet, you know? But I really should do more bally dares because I want to become a better flipper. And this summer, I actually have the chance to do it. Oh my gosh, it was the longest build up to a sneeze I've ever had. Holy shit. I just picked my fave bally. Yeah, so do I. If I'm at home and someone asks me to do a pocket dump, I literally just show them like what my favorite thing is that day. Yeah, that's why I don't like them, Pyro. I like those bally dares that give you a trick that it's like, I learned this, the rest of the combo's fairly easy to learn, and then boom, I know that trick now, like fairly well, and then I can work on smoothing it out. Hey, what up, Jolton? How you doing? Thank you, guys. Thanks for the bless yous. I do appreciate it very much. UFO has bushings? It might as well not. The problem with plastic ballies is that bushings don't do anything. Kanto Group found that out when he did the Angler. Check back in the VOD. The Angler was epic, though. I disagree, to be honest with you. I sort of disagree. What do you think of the Zenith Trainer? The Zenith Trainer was sick for one reason and one reason only. They want to have it at $65. For $65, the Zenith Trainer is sick. In any other context, the Zenith Trainer kind of sucks. $70-75 aluminum, bushings, fairly good design, $65. That's what they said at the booth, and that was what got me to be like, well, okay, shit. So I looked at it in a new light. You look at that Balisong in a different context where it's maybe $100, the flipping experience is just not there. It's a bit not chunky. It's a bit unwieldy, I guess, for some reason. But if you look at it under the context of a $65 vault competitor, yeah, it's a pretty good deal. Bally, the handle design is a taint of TCC. Let me look at it again. Flightanium, I have to admit, really impressed me this year. Considering how much I dislike Flightanium as a company lately. Let me look at the... Yeah, it's kind of CCC like. I can see where you're coming from that. It's kind of like the Hydra. It's got like those weird like lines down the entire blade or handles that are just kind of weird. But like it's cool. For the price they want to put it at, like damn. The other thing was the Balisong Xeon bushings. This thing was awesome. This flips way... I like the Balisong Z. This flipped way better than the Balisong Z for me. Bottom of the handles and overall shape are weird. I agree with you for sure. Like there are issues with it, but the price is solid. It's a 51 blade clone. No, it isn't. It's a callback to Flightanium. That's Flightanium's product, Kyle. They made the Zenith Trainer for the 51. And this is literally called the Zenith Trainer. It's their blade. They designed it. We scroll down far enough, we will see their trainer blade called the Zenith. Well, no, actually it was a live blade. We'll see the Zenith blade for the 51, I think. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah. Zenith trainer blade. They just took that design and they put it into a... I always make jokes about clones. I see. Weird thing to always make jokes about, but okay. What's your recommendation? Under or up to $150? See, this question is so annoying to me because I don't know anything about your preference. I don't know anything about what you like. I don't know anything about your flipping preferences, your flipping style, what you're looking for in a Bally. Like, you can't... Giving someone a price range and saying, recommend me something is so difficult. Slight handle bias. Orion. Getting Orion, honestly. Don't Moai head me, Pyro. I'm the devil on your shoulder. You really are, and I'm the angel on my own shoulder. Because I'm such an angel. Speaking of being an angel, this thing fucking sucks. I just, like, I don't know how. I physically cannot comprehend how they thought that this was a good idea to release in its current state. It's so bad. I have no problem calling this my least favorite Balisong I've ever flipped. Better than I thought it was going to be, yes. But the worst thing I've ever flipped? Probably, yeah. I wouldn't go that far. Did you try to chaplain on this thing, Pyro? It's impossible. This thing right here is the size of my finger. So you just get to rub your finger all over that corner right there. Wasn't bad at all for chaplains. We flipped a different Balisong then. This shit gave me a blister. My index finger hurt the entire way around. And I blame this. There was way worse. I would agree, but the problem is this is $500. You know about the Alpha Beast Nautilus clone thing that was second row from Squid? No, but I've heard all about it. You have to remember, though, I said that I've ever flipped. I never flipped that, so. Your tiny finger's gonna get wrecked by those cups? Fair. Once again, that I've ever flipped. Why didn't you go to try it? Because I've only heard about it after Blade Show. No one told me about it while I was at Blade Show. Yeah, I think Flightanium needs to do a little soul searching on their prices. I wish I could have made your flipping experience worse. I wish you could have too, Pyro, but I just like, I get home. It's kind of like the, you remember the shirts that were given out, the racist shirts last year? It was like, I only heard about that after I got home. It was the same thing for the Alpha Beast, like clone thingy. I like the Tater song, but like the price is so dog. The Tater song was surprisingly good, and then you remember that they want $400 for it, and it's like, no, I'll pass. I want a Tater song with a different blade shape and bushings and 7075 aluminum. You want them to keep the fries, though? I think the handles were the worst thing about the Tater song. The ladders, Ethan, the ladders. Okay, well, that's why we disagree here, because I don't do ladders. Y'all have got to stop trying to take bearing knives away from me. Bearings are not that bad. I agree with you. I just think that the bushing Talisong is better. It just has a better balance. And I actually flipping the Tater song, not the Tater song, flipping the Tally Z back to back between bushings and bearings made me realize why people don't like bearings, because it is like noticeably more uncontrollable. I'm shocked by how much I absolutely did not like the Trident. I thought it was a $30 Balisong. Really? I mean, don't get me wrong. I also think it's a bit overpriced, but I didn't mind it. Like, it flipped pretty good. Then again, you're the Nautilus guy. Do you think you could be pre-biased against the Trident because of the Nautilus? The same way that I could be pre-biased towards the Trident because of the Nautilus. Yeah, 140 for the Trident's ridiculous. I can agree with that all day. But like, slap that thing to like 80 bucks. I don't think it's that bad. Marbles seems baller, though. Yeah, the Marbles is so much better. Trident's on bearings? No, the Trident isn't on bearings. I think my affiliation with Nibali's trumps any Nautilus bias I would have, which probably represents how much I didn't like it. Fair enough. Pyro, what balance would you say that the Trident has? Because I, like, almost want to say it's, like, ever so slightly blade biased, if I remember flipping it correctly. Or maybe it's just because the Nautilus is so handle biased that anything less than that feels... That's probably accurate. No, wait, blade bias reference. Also, the Trident is just horrendously ugly. Like, oh my god, it's so bad. Neutral, it's just that it doesn't have a ton of handle weight or tip weight, so rollovers feel like they're going to fly off as if it was a tad blade bias. Okay, so I'm not too far off then. Your video made me realize just how ugly that blade is. Bro, you ain't seen nothing yet. You think it's ugly now? I thought it was ugly before, and then I saw it in real life, and it got uglier. I don't know how it got uglier. It's so ugly. You like it? Well, you're... cringe. Pyro, I'll pay you to beat my Kraken. Pyro, I'm telling you, you got a money-making method on your hands. You should just do it. Lord Potashmellow just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing. If you're here, if not, enjoy watching whatever video you're watching right now. What up, Jeremiah? You know what? I think I realized, Pyro. I think it's because no one can beat Bally's like you. Even my Green Arctic, which I have beaten pretty hard, doesn't look anything like some of your Bally's do. How long have you been streaming? 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 11 seconds. Did you ever try the Chroma V2? To this day, I have not had a chance to try the Chroma V2. I don't know why, I just have never been able to justify spending the money on it. But eventually I'll buy it. I have a list of things that I'm going to buy when I have enough money to, and that is definitely on the list. I'll buy it eventually. I'm not subscribed, I just noticed. Yo, guys, check if you're subbed, if you're enjoying the content. I know I don't post outside of streams, but like if you're enjoying the streams, maybe hit a funny red button. Did you pick up a Swift T yet? No, I have not. I don't like the anno that they have. TLDR freezer. You broke the pony because you put it in the freezer. That's so funny. Also, we're gonna try some new music. We're just gonna see how the vibe is. Because if there's one thing about me, I love Animal Crossing. And someone, a certain YouTube duo, put out like an Animal Crossing adjacent copyright free playlist. So I'm gonna just like... I'm just gonna like turn it on and see how the vibe is. This is my first time ever listening to it, so if it's bad, don't blame me. How long have you been breathing? 20 years, 1 month, 2 days, and 6 hours. To the hour, actually. Who do we blame them? I don't know, not me. But if it's great, you can blame me. Do you like the Volp? My opinions on the Volp have certainly dwindled a little bit since it came out and since I reviewed it, but I still think it's a good bally, and I still think it's a good beginner balisong for someone to pick up. You have a job? Technically, yes, play bias. It's just that that job pays like less than $1 an hour, maybe. Actually, no, I'd say it pays about $1 an hour. $2 an hour, maybe. A good question, actually. What's your favorite video game? My favorite video game of all time. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. A close second would probably be like Minecraft or some shit. In fact, I just bought Ori and the Will of the Wisps for my Switch. It's my 3rd time buying the game. And I am playing it for the 3rd time. I'll probably be streaming it pretty soon. So. I almost don't want to even flip the vault for how slippery it is. There is one reason, and one reason only, that I don't flip my vault, and it entirely has to do with the chaplain. Entirely. If it chaplain better, I'd flip it way more often. But it was $5 and you couldn't pass that up. Exactly. I couldn't pass that up. Now I can play it on the go without my laptop. The grip for me is fine. You have to remember, I started flipping on an Arctic, which is widely considered to be like a very slippery balisong. So I don't really think grip is ever a huge issue for me because I'm just used to not so grippy ballies. The chaplain is actually supposed to help you learn the chaplain, but as soon as you have like a week of practice into the chaplain, the Vulp will be weird for you. So the Vulp's chaplain is good for you for exactly as long as like you're learning the trick, which for some people with the chaplain is like a week maybe. Couldn't vertical chaplain on the Vulp, and then I got a Prismo and boom. Yeah. That's what pivot weight will do to you. Blackened False Edge Hydra with teal handles is going to go so hard. Blackened? I'm not familiar with what you're talking about. The blackened? The updates in the Hydra. What updates did they make to the Hydra? Because they only posted this video, and I, for the life of me, can't tell what they changed. The only thing I can think is maybe this line right here. No, the line is still there. Fuck, where is it? Look closer at the blade. The blade looks exactly the same to me. I'm not really seeing the difference here. Blade color. My brother in Christ, it's just reflecting. It's silver. It's going to reflect like the colors around it. I seriously cannot tell what they've changed. Because he says continuous upgrade for the Hydra. It's coming soon. But, like, what upgrade? This is just a weird color because it's reflecting weird light. What did they change? It's always been on bushings. It's always looked like this. The blade is exactly the fucking same. What did they do? What's the continuous upgrade? Also, is this? I actually didn't know that the Trident is 7075. That's interesting. I would say that, Brandon, but now people in chat are telling me about, like, some change that they're making to the Hydra, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. What I do want to know is how many colors do they have for the marbles, because I want one of these, unironically. They do have green. Yo, wait. Oh, they still have enjoy the pleasure. They still have enjoy the pleasure. The guy still wants to fuck the Balisong. Still there. It's so funny. Was Pyro chaotic at Blade Show? Kind of, but not as much as usual. Which I think is a welcome change for Pyro. You got to see, like... I think the real Pyro came out when I talked to him at Blade Show. And that dude's pretty cool. Character development for real, for real, for real. Pyro came out. Actually, he kind of did. Does his Nami flip well? His Nami flips pretty well, yeah. I got to watch him lube his Nami. Nobody understands me. So true. If you're gonna say that you're fine with lube, then I understand that. But I got to watch you lube your Nami. Like, that is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. What did he lube it with? He lubed it with something. Being emo would be so sick. Yeah, what a... It's crazy how close this background music is to the actual fucking... You don't remember what you used? I remember. I certainly remember what you used. Also, that I was like, why am I getting Discord notifications? Because I turned off streamer mode when I was talking about the community Discord earlier. Okay, back on it goes. You got like 5 ping. I know, because again, I turned off streamer mode. Normally I have it on. I remember what you used, Pyro. Really want you to see the Hydra updates. I mean, I see the pink, but I don't think those are the updates that they announced. Oh, no, I see the Japanese Tonto in the pink, yeah. But this is a vote, so... I just use, like, normal lube, nothing crazy or different. No. No, we saw what you used. I don't know what that is. We saw the Balisong Flipping oil. Obviously, I used lube to flip my Balisongs, Ethan. I saw you using that watery shit. Also, you don't get it's good lube. Who makes it again? Who makes that lube again, actually? You even said you liked it? I never said that. I said I liked the way that your Nami sounded. You use the Balisong Flipping oil, the YouTuber Balisong Flipping oil, and I never said I liked that. Trust me. Should I get an Orion or a Kraken? You have to understand that you are asking me to compare two different Balisongs and two different price points. You have to understand that one of those costs $140 over the other one. So comparing them is just like not there, you know? It's just like not a thing. My joke questions are still pretty... Yeah, that's the thing, Brandon. They're so accurate, and I hate that. I don't care about price. Bro, that, like... Ugh. Bro, that's not what I'm saying. You, like, when two products target two different price points, there's going to be objective differences between them. This is Animal Crossing, Banks. Well, actually, no, it's not Animal Crossing. It's technically Lud and Schlatt's. God damn it! I need to stop using my hotkeys to change scenes when I'm on YouTube. You recommend the Ryworks Kono Ishii or the Machine Wise Prisma? Here's my hot take. I think the Prisma flips a little better. So you would say that the Kraken is just objectively better than the Orion? In some cases, yes. In cases of machine quality, feel in the hand, not flipping experience, but like there are just going to be objective increases in quality as you go up the price stack. That's just how it works. The Orion can't be machined as well as the Kraken because, you know, like, Krakens really are just the most comfortable Bally. Yeah, and the Orion isn't. But that's just because the Orion is targeting a different price point. That's an objective win for the Kraken because they're targeting two different price points. Flipping wise, they're fairly similar, I'll be honest with you. Kraken feels better than my Nami. I would agree with that in some cases. Did I buy a Little Tykes red toy car or a fully trimmed Ferrari designed by Picasso? Definitely the red toy car. Yeah, see, Pyro gets it. And Jarhu. Would you rather play Zelda Crossing or Legend of Animal? I think Zelda Crossing sounds a little more interesting to me. What balance is the Bowie Kraken? I would call it slightly handle biased. They really picked some of the worst Animal Crossing songs to, like, remake. Does it fan good? Yeah, the Bowie Kraken fan's fine. To my hand, at least. Bye, Pyro. Bye, friend Pyro. Pyro, when are we going to stream Bloons together? Have a good night. Pyro, when are we going to play video games on your stream together? Pyro, good night. Have a good night, Pyro. Tell me when and I'm down. You can't hit me with that. Because I'm going to message you and you're going to be like, no, not right now. And then I'm never going to message you again. That's a joke. Sorry, chat.
I need to focus. I can't. I'm flashing. If I lose, my beard is gone. I can't.
What the fuck? Why am I listening to someone play Valorant?
Alright, are we going through the door or what, gang?
Open that shit.
Okay, I'm blinding it.
Opening the door.
What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Where? 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 I'm closing my entire other tab. Why was I just listening to someone playing Valorant? Where did that come from? What the fuck? He is wrong. I don't fucking care. It disappeared the moment you... Yeah, because I muted my desktop audio. It was still going for me. When are we going to 1v1 in old school RuneScape? I will do that literally anytime you want. I have no idea how to play RuneScape or how to download it or any of the above, but I'll do it. Oh my god, my friends want to hang out with me. I don't care if I've never played the game before. I'm still going to fucking do it. 1v1 Crab Champions? If you come up with a way that we could actually 1v1 in Crab Champions, yes, I would do it. I should start streaming, chat. You should, Manx. Give it a try, at least. Even if you don't like it, it's like, who cares? You lose nothing. You have to click your opponent and then wait. It's really, really hard. Sounds like an old game for sure. You are the best YouTuber. You are factually and objectively wrong, but thank you. Thanks for the kind words, I guess. Dude, I'm just waiting for my... Like, I was gonna end stream by now, but I'm waiting for my fucking... I'm waiting for my Valorant friends to get on so we can all play together, but, like, where they at, though? Where they at, though? It's only been 2 hours, though? Yeah, but I also didn't have much to talk about. Like, I don't have a consistent stream time. Sometimes I stream for 4 hours. Sometimes I stream for an hour and a half. That's just how it works. I also started late tonight, so I'm kind of hungry. Some of those stream lengths are crazy, though. Oh, I disagree. What the fuck? Okay, they're already in a game and they don't have an open spot. That's cool. That's cool. Wow, yeah. They're already in and they have a full squad. You should make Brandon play Crab Champions. Oh, I fully intend to make Brandon play Crab Champions. Absolutely. But he has this thing right now called a terrible sickness. So I don't really want to make him... Okay, the Animal Crossing stuff was fine. Wasn't the best, though. Just go back to Sessions VI. Gonna have to play Valorant with Brandon and Pyro then? I would love to do that, but neither of those guys play Valorant. Bets get into the thousands of dollars. Real money? $1,000 real money for random chance? I mean, okay, actually, no, that's just gambling. I just described gambling, so. Lost. He was 15 years old. He had $2,400 and he lost it all in 10 minutes. All the things that I could do with $2,400. I could upgrade this stream setup so much for $2,400. That's so sad. Oh my god. I'll absolutely play Crab Champions when I don't feel like death. Winner! Let's go. Let's fucking go. Play with these nuts. Oh, you got me, Banks. You got me so hard. You have friends? You could say that. Yeah, sure. I'm jealous. Chat, I'm gonna be real with you. Getting friends is not the most trivial of things, but it's certainly possible. This isn't the sort of thing of like, oh, look at me, I'm so sad and alone and I want a girlfriend. It's like, okay, yeah, okay, that's not that easy, but like, of all the people out there and all the ways that you can meet them, you're statistically pretty likely to find at least a few people to hang out with, whether it be online or in person or whatever. Movie recommendations: The Guardians trilogy, Puss in Boots 2, Spider-Verse 2, even though I haven't seen it yet. The Iron Giant. I don't know, go watch movies. I don't know. There's actually a really good Reddit that I used way back in the day called Bally Friend, or not Bally Friends, Gaming Friends, or what was it called? Gamer Pals. I think that's what it was called. r/Gamer Pals. Back when I was a Redditor. Yeah, r/Gamer Pals. You literally just make like a fucking dating profile, but you play video games with each other. So it's like, oh, look at this guy up here. He's 21, he plays on Xbox, and he's a PST, and he wants to play Dead by Daylight, Minecraft, GTA, Rainbow Six, Fortnite sometimes. Like, there's a lot of, if you can reach out, which is the hard part, I understand that, but I met some cool people on here, some that I have actually talked to this day still. Not often, mind you, but sometimes. Why do I have a message on Reddit? Oh, it's like the mod newsletter, because I mod r/CamaroEE. Your 20s are a great time to make friends. Keep on trucking, y'all. Hell yeah. The issue is I actually don't care enough. See, that's the thing. Like, you can if you want to. If you don't want to, yeah, I mean, I respect that for sure. Go for it. Kind of look like Slimesicle. That is not the first time I've heard that by a long shot. I think someone in my first ever video actually commented that. Do you have a Balisong in Valorant? Come on, Jeremiah. Of course I have a Balisong in Valorant. I asked my friends if they think you look like Slimesicle, and they all said, yeah, kind of. Well, that, you know, that's a benefit, because fucking Slimesicle's fucking jacked, so. You are indirectly calling me jacked, and I'll take that. You want to know what's strange? Doctor Strange. Tommy Innit is literally 1 day younger than me. Yeah, and he's doing... I can't. I shouldn't. I can't. I don't know you well enough to be able to make that kind of joke. Ty's edits are looking so good. Ty's edits? What do you mean Ty's edits? My best friend Ty hasn't uploaded in a month. Bally edits? Yeah, what Bally edits? On Insta. Yeah, he hasn't uploaded. Like, this is the only song I will ever skip in all of these sessions playlists. Later, AFU. My sister said that you look like Vector from Despicable Me. Once again, not the first time I've heard that. You too, AFU. That's the bite side of the nemesis, which really hurts my fragile little fingers. Do you have any info on the Kuno, like price or when it might drop? No, unfortunately, I don't. Remshi's been fighting the good fight to find a manufacturer that can make it, but I do not know anything beyond that. Sorry to say, I want to see the Kuno come out just as much as you guys all do. What the fuck? Guys, come on. Let's use a little common sense. If I add you on Discord and I'm streaming, please don't call me. Thank God I still have streamer mode on. In fact, if I add you on Discord, please don't call me ever. Ever. That's the quickest way to get... I like to add people on Discord because it's like, hey, here's my community, I want to, like, interact. But if you call me on Discord, it's the quickest way to get off my friends list. Never call me on Discord. Ever. Needs to be more valleys with a flattened zen area like the swordfish has. The swordfish sticks out a pretty good amount, though, doesn't it? And also, the reason that they can't do that is because it's pinsless. So, it's kind of by design that you're allowed to do that, and on other things, you kind of can't do that. But the swordfish... Does the swordfish have a flattened zen area? Kind of, yeah. But yeah, that's really only because it's pinsless. I don't think I've ever done it on Discord, but accidentally calling someone on Insta. Dude, I do that way too much. I accidentally call people on Discord way too much, and it's so awkward. Like, accidents, I understand accidents, but... just, like, don't. Don't do that. If it's an accident, whatever. Why just let it ring? Because if the ring doesn't go away immediately, probably not an accident. God, this teal is so good. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna get going, guys. My stomach is not feeling the greatest right now. And also, I'm just gonna go do some other stuff. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Icarus is pretty cool. I'll be live again tomorrow, probably, but it'll probably be video game night. I think I might alternate video games, Balisongs, video games, Balisongs, who knows. But, you know the classic outro. I've done it a million times at this point. Wow, that person called me twice. Jesus Christ. Make some good choices. Flip some good Balisongs. Have a good night, good day, good whatever it is, wherever you are. I don't know. Have a good one. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.